Hi, I'm Jennifer Jenkins. I'm from Rooted Holistic Health Coaching, and I reside in Tampa, Florida. Before I came to Lead 100, I was really truly at this crossroads with my business. I was really debating on whether I should go in and pursue my dream or go back to work and bury my dream. And so I was just really wasn't very profitable in my business. I was pretty much giving away services. I had a heart to serve, but I didn't know how to put that everything together into a profitable business. And so I really came here with just this strong intention. I wanted my dream to come to fruition. And I wanted to build a business that wasn't just, a business that was a 9 to 5 business, but something that was going to make a great impact. And I have a huge vision of what I see for that. And so, really before that, it's just coming to this, just really wanted to bury everything, to be quite honest with you. And I just had this was like the last stitch. I was like, okay, it's this or I'm quitting. And that was really where I was at. So when I came to Lead 100, I, had a lot of mindset blocks that I needed to work through. I had a lot of limits around that I needed to overcome. And not only that, but just the support that I needed to make this business successful. I knew what I wanted to do, but I didn't have the guidance. And I had invested in so many other programs, so many other coaches. I can't even begin to tell you. And that's why I came here. It was just like, okay, I'm really at my end. And just to have somebody who I was so inspired by you, Candy, because I saw what you have been able to do. And our stories are so incredibly similar. And I'm like, my gosh, you just gave me so much inspiration and you believed in me. And I remember the very first conversation that we had, I genuinely felt your heart and I connected with you. And I was like, oh my gosh, she sees something in me that I don't quite see yet in myself. And I latched on to that. And so coming into this program, I just really was glued to you the hip because I was just like, I'll do whatever Candy tells me to do because I want to have the success like she has, and I want to, follow your lead. So it's been, I can't even quantify on all the levels it's changed. Not only mindset, but the business, being in an environment, really you reaching out, when I need support and just giving, what I needed in that moment. You always knew the right things to say and do in that moment when I needed it the most. And so that's what I'm forever grateful for. The limiting beliefs, to be honest. I mean, and I didn't know about it. Like, there's that. Right? But I think that, going into this, I don't even know like how to even I think just so many limiting beliefs that I had on myself that I didn't think that would be able to accomplish anything here. I mean, honestly, it was nothing against you. It was just my past experiences that I've had with so many others that I was like, oh my gosh, is this one more program that I'm going to get into that I'm not going to finish or I'm not going to get the support that I need? And, so just so much of that was letting go and putting the trust and faith in you that this time it was going to be different. And it absolutely was. What a blessing. Yeah, so I would say with you, Candy, it's always a heart connection with you first and foremost, because that's the way that I lead my business. It always has been how I lead my life. And when I really saw that you genuinely cared and that you genuinely reached out of concern, like when I was going through challenging times that I needed support in, you always were there and you always have been there. And I think that's one of the key factors too that just keeps me, just I love you so much for that. But also, you know me well enough that I love structure and you have structure. There's a plan in place. I can follow a plan. And so when there's a plan in place, it gives me direction. And then I know like, okay, if I'm not getting traction in my business, then I'm like, am I following the plan? Right. And so I get off track. I got to go back on, get back into that. So I think one is having the structure in place. One, the other is obviously having like-minded individuals that are on the same path and journey to encourage one another. And then also, of course, your leadership, because what I love about you the most too in Lead 100 is I'm a forever learner. I think I've shared with you, I've accumulated over 20 different certifications in 15 years. Like, I love learning and growing. And I always say, you're never going to get the same version of me next year because I'm constantly evolving. The same is true with you. And I love that you're always 3 steps ahead. You're always surrounding yourself with the best of the best in the industry, and you bring that to us. So what's the latest research, like, or what's the latest, strategies? What's the latest things that are getting people results? And you're growing yourself, and as a result, we get to, benefit from that also. And I think that's just, it's incredible. I would say with Lead 100, it's definitely the mindset component because success, in business is 80% mindset. And that's where this really breaks through those barriers. And so and a lot of times where we're not getting the results that we want to get is because of our own mindset and our own limiting beliefs or scarcity or whatever it is that's showing up. And I think that is truly what sets this apart from so many others is because it's so driven on, mindset, working through that and increasing our state, but then also all of the other tools and strategies, learning how to become a speaker, learning how to run, master classes, learning how to build a team. Like there's just so much value in all of it. I can't even begin to quantify on at so many levels. So I would say if somebody's on the fence, get off the fence, make a decision and join. Plain and simple. Quit wasting time and make the decision to move your business forward. I can't say enough of how much this has changed my life, my business, everything on so many levels. I think the benefits are, it's not only, sometimes, I was in a, very large community before and you get lost in the mix and you can't reach out. There's no personal touches there, it's nothing wrong. Some people gravitate towards that. But I think what is different about this is there is attention. You know that you care and you have a vested interest for your clients to become successful. And so I think a lot of that, we always say, everything rises and falls on leadership, and the leadership that you carry and that you show up for your clients, you lead with your heart, you provide so much for so many people that it's just truly remarkable, Candy, honestly. And I don't know, it's a soft spot in my heart for you. For sure. So now I've had that in a month. I didn't have that in a year prior to coming to this. Yeah. So unbelievable, like what's been possible. And so I think, the return on the investment, it is a no-brainer. If you truly want to grow your business to a high level and have success, it requires an investment. And that's a mindset shift, right? And so investing in it just the amount of value that comes as a result to me to have a speaking engagement booked for next month to be on a stage for 250 women that they're flying me to another state to do and everything like who is that person? Right, to be have this the confidence to be able to do that, the skill set to be able to do that was learned through this. right? To have more confidence in my business, to show up differently, to run master classes, to perfect all of those things. Yeah, that investment's nothing in comparison to the grand scheme of things of all the opportunities that are now opening up as a result.